What's good? What's good? I am back. Yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast. I got a few topics. I'm trying to get through all these topics before a friend of mine stops by and pays me a visit. So as soon as they start knocking on my door, probably, I have to end my podcast quick like and whatnot. But before we get started, don't forget the audio version of my podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Slacker, Stitcher, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and more. Also, when I do this podcast, I go live on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok watching me live, please hit the follow. If not, I will follow anybody that I'm not following that tuned into this live stream. Also, I'm pre-recording for YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram TV, and Rumble as well, because I just started adding my videos to Rumble, so you can check me out there as well. Don't forget this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotions for your music, your product, your brand, or your service, check out promopalace.biz. If you're a dog lover or a cat lover or animal lover or animal rights activist, and you like t-shirts and hoodies with dogs and cats on them, please check out New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. It's NEWLITTER.com. We also got dog bandanas for your dogs to wear, and we also got kicks on there as well, and sweatshirts, and more merchandise coming soon. Also for Shizzle, I got to shout out DizzleBrand.com. Dizzle, just add ice. Dizzle on ice, DizzleBrand.com. Check them out. Step into the future. Do your Dizzle, DizzleBrand.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and more. They also got a TikTok, which is Dizzle Brand. And they got a bunch of recipes on there that you can mix with your Dizzle. You can actually order your Dizzle online. First, let me get into last night's NBA scores. Philly beat Boston. Chicago beat Houston. OKC beat Memphis. My Charlotte Hornets got pretty much spanked by the Jazz. Golden State beat the Kings. Didn't expect anything else. Clippers lost to the Spurs. Spurs have been playing pretty good lately. And Deontay Murray is like really stepped his game up. And of course, the Toronto and the Orlando game was postponed. And of course, Kyrie Irving's coming back soon, part-time. And anything else in NBA. Steve Kerr took over for Greg Popovich, which we already knew that for USA Basketball. We knew that was coming soon. And that was a good replacement. And just be on the lookout for all the trades coming up. NFL scores. I wanted to wait on NFL scores because there was some games postponed till Monday. And we got two games playing tonight, which is Seattle Seahawks and the Rams, which I got Rams winning that, and Philadelphia versus the Washington football team. I got Washington on that. Kansas City, of course, beat the Chargers. New England lost to the Chiefs. Dallas beat the Giants. Houston, Texas waxed the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh beat Tennessee, which I picked that one wrong. Miami beat the Jets, got that one right. Detroit and Arizona. Everybody got that game wrong. Nobody picked Detroit. The only people that picked Detroit to beat Arizona was Detroit fans, because they must be delusional. Of course, Carolina lost to Buffalo. What else did I expect? Cincinnati beat Denver, and I did pick Cincinnati. Cincinnati could win the division. What do we got? Atlanta lost to San Fran. Green Bay beat Baltimore. The Browns looking like the Clowns right now. Like they were the Cleveland Clowns before, but they starting to turn into Cleveland Clowns again. Lost to the Raiders. And, of course, Minnesota beat Chicago. And let me see. Have my power picks changed? for basketball. Let's see Paul's power picks for NBA. See if they changed it a little bit. Yeah, they changed a little bit. Number 1, I got the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns moved back up to number 1. Number 2, I got the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors. Yeah, this is going to be a good shift up. I honestly didn't think this team that they had in the top 5 was in the top 5, but now, the more I think about it, they are in the top 5 right now. So number 3, the Brooklyn Nets. They're number 3 on Paul's power picks. Number 4, the Chicago Bulls. And yes, wait for it. Stepping into Paul's power picks for the first time this year. At number 5, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, that is correct. Cleveland Cavaliers are 3rd in the East. And they actually got on a 6-game winning streak. So Jazz had to get bumped out because the Jazz, I mean, they literally, they lost 2 straight and then they won 1. So Cleveland Cavaliers are in my top 5 for Paul's power picks, and they probably should get Coach of the Year. Bickerstaff, I think, is the coach still there. And he should get Coach of the Year. And they actually got a good team. They could probably trade Colin Sexton now that Darius Garland is balling out. Jared Allen's balling out. Evan Mobley's balling out. I don't know why they traded for Lauri Markkanen. They could probably get rid of him, move on for him. I don't even know why they got him. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen go. Kevin Love could go. But they got a good, nice little Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Darius Garland are a good 3 to start with to build around. Real good 3. So let's go into the NFL Paul's power picks. Even though we got 2 games still to play, I can tell you one team has fell out my Paul's power picks. Number 1, Green Bay Packers still. They have not moved out of my number 1 slot yet, and I don't think they will all year long. Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, they're number 2. They're starting to get things together. Number 3. Oh, man, I have to. I guess I have to. They weren't even in my top 5 the last few weeks, but they would. I got to. Dallas Cowboys, man, number 3. Dallas Cowboys are number 3 on Paul's power picks. Number 4, I'm going with New England Patriots. And number 5, I'm going with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Arizona Cardinals have fell out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers might fall out. Chris Godwin is hurt. That is not good. And not saying they don't still got enough to win, because Antonio Brown's going to have to step up when he comes back. Mike Evans is going to have to come back healthy. Gronk going to have to do Gronk-like things. Leonard Fournette, I mean, they still got enough. But that's Paul's power picks. Number 1, Green Bay. Number 2, the Chiefs. Number 3, the Patriots. Number 4, number 3, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 4, the Patriots. And number 5, the Buccaneers. I mean, Cowboys are on a 3-game winning streak. All right, let me get a few topics. Do I got any sports-related topics at first? Nah. All right, number 1, let's talk about this one. Travis Scott offers to perform free for Coachella. That says a lot, man, when an artist like Travis Scott is offering to perform free. Because I'm going to tell you right now, before this incident, Travis Scott won't do no free shows like that. He won't do no free shows. And artists of that caliber never really do free shows. So it says a lot that he was trying to use Coachella to kind of be on his side and get his name back better. He's just going to have to let this die down, man. That's what he's going to have to do. Coachella, even though he offered to perform free, he's like, nah, well, it's a no-go. This is the thing, though. Even though he didn't, there wasn't guns and shooting and nothing. People died because it was like a hip-hop mosh pit, basically. But these are the kind of things that happen in the hip-hop world, man. I don't know what it is, but hip-hop brings certain negative elements that just bring these shows. That's why cats like Chief Keef are insurance liabilities. Like a lot of these artists are major insurance liabilities because somebody's always getting shot up at the show or trying to shoot somebody at the show. I would never go to a Chief Keef show. What for? I would have to wear body armor. You know, and a lot of these rapper shows, you had to wear body armor because of the negative elements that they bring to the table. I mean, let's think about it. Rappers don't rap about but three damn things: gang banging, doing drugs, and fucking bitches. That's all they rap about. Maybe selling drugs, but selling drugs, doing drugs, same thing. That's all they rap about. Gang banging, drugs, and bitches. They don't rap about nothing else. Their chains and their cars, I mean, you know. So they bring these elements to themselves. I mean, and this is coming from a hip-hop promoter, man. It's the main thing in hip-hop that I always said, like, I don't like the fact that hip-hop glorifies gang banging. That hip-hop glorifies selling cocaine and crack and heroin. You talk about selling weed, that's another thing. Because weed ain't no drug as far as I'm concerned. Weed is not a drug. It's a herb. Weed is a herb. It's not a drug. It's organic. It's natural. It grows in the ground. It's not like these pills that these pharmaceutical companies are making up. It's not like fentanyl, like meth, which is all types of chemicals. But yeah, Travis Scott trying to perform for free says a lot where like he needs to just take a break, not worry about performing live shows. You can stay pumping out music videos, but he might need to take a break from the live shows and let things die down. He's trying to force the issue, and it's not going to work. A lot of people are upset with Travis Scott, even though it's not really. You can't totally blame him. It's not totally his fault. You know, I mean, he's on stage performing. He can't control the actions of all these other people off stage. And Travis Scott didn't wish nobody died at his show. I guarantee that the man didn't wish. Just seeing his interview with Charlamagne the God, I mean, it's really disturbing him. You can tell it's really disturbing him. The interview was very disturbing because it was so disturbing to him. All right, next thing I'm going to get into. San Francisco Backtracks. Why does San Francisco backtrack? San Francisco mayor got up there and backtracked, and who, first of all, is the one to blame for the problem going where it was going anyways, because you gave in to these leftist radical people who are so delusional that think that less cops means less crime. Less cops always means more crime. And this is the biggest problem with it. Not only are they trying to take away the cops, they're trying to take away your guns so you can't defend yourself when there's no cops. That's a free-for-all. That's kill or be killed. You know, it's just the dumbest, double standard, hypocritical stance to take. You know, if you want to get rid of cops, okay, get rid of cops. But you don't get to get rid of guns too for civilians. You don't get to take away our guns when you're gonna take away cops. Because if we ain't got cops, then we have no choice but to protect ourselves. I repeat, if you have no cops, zero cops in this planet, then you have no choice but to protect yourself. But these far leftist radicals would rather you just go out and get killed. Get robbed at gunpoint, get stabbed, get shot, get killed. Fuck you. Go to hell with that shit. Kiss my ass. Kiss my white ass with thinking that if you go get... This is my thing. If you want to get rid of cops, I don't have a problem with that. As long as you don't think you're going to take away my guns. And if you're going to take away my guns... then so, God damn it, we got to keep cops. Because how the hell am I going to defend myself when somebody comes in the house with a legal gun? A knife? A butter knife? A steak knife? Stop it. So, yes, of course, San Francisco is backtracking because they were dumb complete idiots and morons to think that less cops brings less crime. Less cops always brings more crime. And anybody that says otherwise is a bold-faced liar. You're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Anybody on this planet that says defunding the police and getting rid of police and getting rid of the cops and having less cops will lead to less crime is a bold-faced liar. You're the biggest liar on the planet because that is a bold-faced lie. It's not how reality works. It might work in a movie script, some fake imaginary book you wrote, some little make-believe fairy tales that you made up, but in the real world, less cops always brings more crime. And the fact that y'all trying to take away both cops and our guns, y'all can't even think past your own ass. You're not even using any common sense. You're not even thinking about it realistically of what the hell would happen if you think all these people with the legal guns, they're going. No, when you talk about taking away guns, you're mainly going to be taking away the legal guns. Because people with illegal guns ain't just. You're going to have a hard time getting to the legal guns because you don't even know who's got what. Legal guns pass from state to state, from hand to hand, serial numbers filed off, over and over again they transfer from hand to hand. Somebody could kill somebody with a legal gun and sell it to somebody else, and it passes off to another hand. But yeah, of course they're backtracking because they were complete morons and idiots. And the mayor that's sitting there trying to talk all tough, this is the bullshit. We got to stop this bullshit that's ruined our city. You are the bullshit that ruined your city because you went along with that dumbass shit in the first place, you jackass moron, thinking that less cops was going to bring less crime. It doesn't work that way in the real world. That's fairy tales. All right, so I'm going to go over a couple things that I saw. I'm not going to stay on too long. It was just a couple things that, I got to put out there because this is the Common Sense Podcast, and apparently a lot of people in this world don't use common sense. But I've seen that, CDC says vaccines cannot prevent transmission of virus. I repeat, CDC, I saw it where the CDC clearly came out on their mouth and said the vaccines cannot, will not, do not prevent the transmission of the virus. So what does it matter if you get vaccinated or not? Can somebody please explain to me if the left far radical people that sit there trying to call people domestic terrorists for not getting vaccinated, you sit there, your whole thing is, well, y'all are causing the transmission of the vaccination to be worse. That's bullshit. Because the vaccinated people have the same rate of transmission. They can transmit the vaccine or the virus just as much as a non-vaccinated person. The only reason you would get vaccinated is for self-protection at this point. This idea that I have to get vaccinated or anybody else has to get vaccinated so I don't transmit it to you is horseshit. Because even if you're vaccinated, you can transmit it to me. And you're saying that you can't. You're telling a bold-faced lie. Because CDC clearly came out and said vaccinations do not, at this point, prevent any transmission of the virus. So stop trying to force people to get vaccinated and saying it's because to prevent the transmission of the vaccination when the people that are vaccinated transmit it just as much, if not more. Because usually the people that aren't vaccinated are the ones that have COVID have had COVID. In all due respect, I haven't had COVID and I haven't been sick in 3 years because I can't transmit nothing to nobody unless I get sick. And I don't get sick because I live alone and I work alone. I'm born alone and I'll die alone. So, yeah, CDC clearly says getting vaccinated will not and cannot prevent transmission of the virus. So stop trying to tell people that they have to get vaccinated to stop preventing transmission of the virus when that is clearly a lie. It is clearly a horseshit of a lie. Just tell people, hey, get vaccinated to protect yourself. Stop using these lies and these false narratives to try to force everybody to get vaccinated. And if I haven't been sick in 3 years, why the hell do I got to get vaccinated? I'm not going to transmit it to nobody. I'm the one that got to worry about getting COVID from everybody else, from all y'all motherfuckers. And here's another thing. The virus is smaller than the holes in your mask. This is clear common sense. And let me tell you how it's common sense. People, doesn't air seep out of a balloon? How the hell does air seep out of a balloon? Because there was little microscopic holes within the balloon that causes the air to seep out eventually. Same thing with a condom and HIV. A condom cannot prevent HIV because HIV it's smaller than the holes in the condoms. It could prevent pregnancy. It could prevent somebody from getting pregnant, but it can't necessarily prevent you from getting HIV because HIV is smaller than the holes in a condom. Same thing with when you wear a mask. Air can seep through the mask, in or out. A virus is smaller than the holes in your mask. This idea that a mask prevents any form of transmitting the virus is bogus. The virus is smaller than the holes in your mask. CDC even came out and said there is no evidence that masks prevent spreading. At this point, it's just all about seeing how many people we can control with these mandates. I can tell you the only reason that I haven't been sick in a while for 3 years is, like I said, I work alone and I live alone. So I'm not around a large amount of people for a long time. This idea that you could go to the grocery store and get COVID is bogus. I go to the grocery store all the time. Sometimes I wear a mask, sometimes I don't. It's really what I feel like doing that day, my preference, you know. But yeah, stop trying to come up with these false narratives. I mean, anybody with common sense knows air can seep out of a balloon. A virus can get through the holes in your mask. If you don't know that much, you're dumber than a bag of bricks. You must have been dropped on your head at birth more than once. That's common sense. Air can seep out of a balloon. So it should be common sense that a virus is so small that the holes in your mask are bigger than the virus. The holes are bigger, so that means that the virus is smaller. It can go through the holes in your mask if it really wanted to. But, y'all, y'all into double standards and false narratives and hypocrisies in society, but I'm not going for it. All right, so I'm going to get this last topic I saw. I saw this little topic where it's actually old, but I just want to get into this. And I've actually pulled up I got a little note file on this couple days I want to give. They were, it was Jordan Peterson, and this lady was trying to go in on sexual equality. Yeah, I'm probably going to take some slack from the feminists on this, but I don't care because this is going to be true. This is facts. This is not make-believe. This is facts. So, facts over feelings. I don't care about your feelings when I'm spitting facts because I'm not compromising my honesty of speaking truth or facts for nobody's feelings. I'm not going to lie to make anybody feel better. So don't even think it's coming from me. But the lady was going to him talking about sexual equality. First of all, feminists don't want sexual equality. They don't want sexual equality across the board. They only want sexual equality in certain places. And why? And how could what's one of the main things that Jordan Peterson said to prove that point, 99% of bricklayers are men. Why is that? Because 99% of women won't even consider or think about being a bricklayer. That is not sexual equality whatsoever. They only want equality in the easier jobs. How many women actually work on the back of garbage trucks or in the industrial waste or the waste management business? Very rare. I've never seen a woman on the back of a garbage truck in my entire life. Construction. How many women are actually doing construction? Not a lot. Yes, it's a hard job. But if you want sexual equality across the board, then y'all got to do the hard jobs too, not just the easy ones. How many women are electricians? Not a lot. Not a lot. Yes, being an electrician is probably a dangerous job. How many women are willing to do dangerous jobs? Probably half of one woman out of every 10. Manufacturing jobs. 68% of women won't even consider working a manufacturing job. That's not sexual equality. You don't get sexual equality in just the easy office jobs. If women want sexual equality across the board, then half of the women, like he said, that want to be nurses, y'all got to go be bricklayers. If not, then shut the hell up and stop acting like you want sexual equality across the board when you don't. Just say you only want sexual equality in certain places. Because I could tell you another place that's not sexually equal is divorces. I can tell you 99.9% of the time the women get the kids, and 99.9% of the time they make less money. So you mean to tell me the person that is less capable of taking care of the children is the one that gets the children most of the time? Because if you make less money, then you are less capable of taking care of the children. That is fact. If you make less money, you are less capable of taking care of the children. A person who makes more money has more resources to take care of children. And we're not talking about mentally and emotionally being there for kids. We're talking about physically just putting food on the table, paying all the bills and responsibilities. The woman is always going to need child support in a divorce and alimony and all these things. When a man gets divorced, he doesn't get child support and alimony. And even a lot of times when they get the kids, they don't get child support or nothing like that. A lot of times they just get custody of the kids and a woman don't even pay no child support. So there's no equality in there. Definitely no sexual equality in marriage. There's no sexual equality in childbirth because a man has no say-so over a child's born because the woman is always going to say, my body, my choice, but it takes two to tango. My sperm, my kid. How about that? Your body, your choice, my sperm, my kid. How about that one? That's a new one. That's a t-shirt. My sperm, my kid. You know, it's such a double standard. It's such hypocrisy. These feminists, they don't really want sexual equality. They only want it in specific places, like politics, just positions of power, in easy jobs. That's it. They don't want it in construction. They don't want sexual equality in construction, bricklaying, waste management, electricians, manufacturing jobs. How about stocking, warehouse stocking jobs? Women don't want equality, sexual equality in the hardest working jobs. They only want it in the easiest jobs. And that's fact. That's fact. So unless 50% of y'all nurses are going or willing to be bricklayers, then stop acting like you want sexual equality across the board. You only want it when it suits you, when it benefits you. And that's not how equality works. Equality has to work across the board. You know? I mean, there's plenty of men trying to be nurses. Plenty of men trying to be nurses. You know? And there's a lot of jobs that are dominated by men just solely because women are not trying to do those jobs. You know, it's like people always talking about legal immigrants coming in and talking about they'll do all the jobs that Americans take for granted. Yes, they will. And I respect the hardworking man and the hardworking woman. I don't respect the lazy man and the lazy woman. I don't respect those. But so yeah, unless 50% of y'all want to go from being nurses to bricklayers, then shut the hell up and stop lying and saying that you want sexual equality across the board when you don't. That is a bold-faced lie. Because 99% of men are laying bricks. And that's solely because 99% of y'all women won't even consider or even give a shot at laying. Y'all won't even give it a shot. Because you automatically got your mind made up. It's too much hard work for you. You might break a nail. That's the problem. You might break a nail laying bricks. But guess what? Employers don't give a rat's ass if you break a damn nail laying bricks. Get over it. So, yeah, y'all don't really want equality. Y'all just want equality when it benefits you. That's not the same thing. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all on TikTok, please hit the follow. Also, check out my recent posts. You can also follow Dizzle Brand on TikTok and Gia the dog. My dog has it on TikTok as well. Don't forget this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotions for your music, your product, your brand, or your service, check out promopalace.biz. Also, if you're a dog lover, a cat lover, or an animal lover, and you like t-shirts and hoodies with dogs and cats on them, please check out New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. That's NEWLITTER.com. And also, for Shizzle, I got to shout out one of my favorite brands, Dizzle. Dizzle brand, step into the future, do your Dizzle. Dizzlebrand.com. Just add ice, Dizzle and ice. Also, don't forget, I pre-record for YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram TV. If you're on YouTube, hit the click now, subscribe button in the right-hand corner, or just hit the subscribe. If you're on Facebook, hit that like on the fan page. If you're on Instagram TV, please hit the follow. Don't forget the audio version of my podcast also goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Slacker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and more. Or you can Google Paul Pickett Podcast. It's PaulPickett Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Pickett, a.k.a. Triple P, a.k.a. the Common Sense Podcast, a.k.a. your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and more. I want to thank you for tuning in. Peace, and I'm out.